Hey, what's up everyone? It's Duncan from Overland Journals, and in today's video I need your help and advice and opinion. So watch till the very end and I'll tell you what it's all about. I haven't worn this in a long time. Quite like that. Quintessentially Australian. There we go. It's a beautiful Sunday, taking Dicerus out for a run because Dicerus has been parked for the last 4 weeks. It was cold and raining here in Adelaide and I was too lazy, to be honest. Too lazy. So today I thought, let's take Dicerus out, get his legs stretched a little bit. I have been starting her up, with the Dicerus up, keeping the engine running, but a good run is always necessary. And while I'm driving, and I thought I will ask you a question because I need your advice and opinion on something. Now before I get to that, let me give you a bit of a backstory. So something I do every time I come back from a trip, whether Dicerus is due for a service or not, I take it into the garage that I always take my vehicles to and get them to go through Dicerus bumper to bumper, so to speak, and fix or attend to or tighten whatever that needs to be done. But before I take it to them, I go through it myself. I've got very limited knowledge, but with that limited knowledge, whatever I can check, figure out, fix, I do. And if I come across something I cannot do much about but I would like it looked at, then I put it into a list and I give it to the guys at the workshop to go through. So I did that soon after we got back from our recent trip to the Gawler Ranges. If you haven't seen that, go check it out, it's in the playlist. Once they went through and the report they gave me back, they said the rear diff, particularly the rear diff, needs a bit of attention because Dicerus has done almost 320,000 kilometers. Of those 320,000 kilometers, majority of it, by the previous owner and myself, has been off-road travel. It's taken a fair bit of punishment. And considering the kind of traveling that I do, which is remote travel, they advised me to get the diffs sorted. And their words were, if I wasn't doing the kind of traveling that I do, then if I was taking more to the blacktop, and if something went wrong, it's easy to get help, then they would say another 20 or 30,000 kilometers on the same diffs. But it's come to that point, it's highly recommended. So now I have a choice. I can get the diffs reconditioned back to original factory state, which includes the rear limited slip differential, which is what came standard with these vehicles when they were sold, or I can go diff locks. And while I'm at it, even though it's the rear diff that needs a lot more attention, I might as well get both done. The front needs as well, so might as well get both done. So the choice I have right now is, do I go standard, recon the diffs, or do I go diff locks? Now from what I've been told, I am waiting for 2 quotations to come through, but I've been told that the cost difference between getting diff locks installed or getting the recon done is almost the same, without a huge margin of a difference. So then that of course makes it a no-brainer because getting diff locks installed means I'm getting 2 for the price of 1, so to speak. So I'm gonna go diff lock. So that decision's already been made. I'm pretty happy with that. But the question now is, what type of diff locks am I gonna go with? I've got a choice between air lockers and e-lockers. Now to be honest with you, with all the 4-wheel driving I've done over the years, I've never really had diff locks. I've always had limited slip differentials, like viscous coupling, different couplings and that sort of thing, but never really had diff locks. And I guess it's to do with the kind of traveling that I've been doing, the touring. I've never really had a need for diff locks. I've always, with the right tire pressures and picking the right line and obviously the right tires, I've never really had a need for it, and the limited slips have always worked very well. Just to cast my mind back to the Flinders Ranges trip I did last year, I did a four-wheel drive track which was a steep incline, loose shale on the surface, and yet with the right pressures, and I love my Mickey Thompsons, worked beautifully. And where the traction was a bit lacking, I could literally feel the limited slip kicking in, and where I went, I never really had a problem. So first time ever I'm thinking of diff locks, you could say. Now the problem I have is I've spoken to a number of friends and they have kind of confused the hell out of me, because 50% of them had said, oh, don't go with e-lockers, they're not so reliable, go with air lockers, and the other 50% has said the complete opposite. So yeah, that's got me confused. Now theoretically speaking, and this is just purely theoretical, if I go the theoretical route, I think e-lockers, there's a lot of electrics involved. Electrics and water or moisture doesn't don't go too well, so maybe there is some truth to e-lockers not being that great, and the last thing you want is a diff lock failing when you really do need a diff lock. Whereas with the air locker, I do know you need a compressor install, and there's possibility a compressor could fail, but what are the chances of a compressor failing if it's been maintained and looked after properly? So that's where I am, and that's where I need your input, because I'm sure there's a lot of you out there who have had experiences with diff locks, either whatever type, and possibly you've got friends who've had diff locks and you may know their own experiences. So I'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts? Am I just being worried for no reason? Are both equally good, or is there one that's preferred over the other? I'd love to hear. So if you could please do me the favor and leave them in the comment section below. And it'll also be awesome for anybody else out there who's got a similar question in mind. We could share that with everybody else in the comment section with the rest of the community. So looking forward to hearing from you what your thoughts are, and which way I should go. And then eventually when I get it done, I could say that Dicerus is triple locked. It's got an auto box which comes with the factory center diff lock anyway, so put two more triple locked. I'm gonna get myself a sticker and I'm gonna stick it on at the back and say triple locked. So anyway, thanks for watching everyone. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscription button and the notification bell. My channel is all about sharing my experiences in overlanding with the rest of the community. And thanks for watching, appreciate it.